game 3. I think I just played this one yesterday, actually. So, this one, maybe I'll remember more of. We'll see. Okay, so let's just jump into it. Again, for some reason, I'm white. I was white in all these games, and I played the same opening. In this case, he approached the bottom left corner instead of the bottom right corner. I know in pro games, the vast majority of people approach the bottom right corner at professional level, here or here. And I think the reason for that is because the upper right can develop along the right side. So this area is more important because black can't develop as easily along the left side. So the approach you put in the left doesn't have a very good follow-up. So similar to my other game, I kind of just enclose because this approach doesn't have a good follow-up. Oh no, I played this game this morning. It's been a long day. I didn't expect this move. This is really aggressive. I thought maybe he would follow up here, and then I would approach his corner instead. And then if he, continues, we could play this thing out. And then I was going to push, and then approach from the side. Actually, I was going to jump. And if it's like this, then these stones are really light and kind of are forcing moves. And then I can approach and make a moyo at the top, still aiming at extending here and making extensions here. And his stones are kind of in low positions, but it's okay. It's like kind of playable for both. But he attached here, which is a really old Joseki, and I haven't seen it in a while. I also do not recommend it. Even at a professional level, like this was a Joseki, but people didn't play it that much because it has a lot of problems. First off, this is the normal shape. White can play here sometimes when the left side's not interesting, but this move is fine. And I had a particular plan in mind. I was also surprised at this. I thought black would take the profit in the corner. This is kind of Joseki. And then I was happy to get an approach or an approach this way. Either way I was happy to go with. Because, this corner is not that big. And I get Sente. And I'm very thick on the left. So I would be happy with this. But at the same time, I thought this way was really strange because you're giving up another corner, like a secure corner, and what you get in exchange, yes, you get a thick wall, but it's facing this stone is facing the wrong way. It would much rather be on this point, facing towards the wall. And on top of that, your wall needs a ladder, right? So I play a ladder breaker. It's kind of the most intuitive thing. He takes and I play this move. This is the most severe corner enclosure. Like, you almost never ignore one space approach on a 4/4 stone because it's really severe. This is a good response by black. If black pushes, then I'm going to get a lot of points no matter what. Something like this is Joseki, but this is huge and black is kind of not in good shape. And then I can extend, and it's, white is having an easy field day, or easy game. Black has two really solid positions, but white's also solid. Black's thick, but like white has more points, more development potential. He's kind of facing in the wrong directions. So this is a very good response. I actually need to ask my really strong friend, because this is like pretty okay for black. He gets to undercut the side that white's developing, but white gets, really strong center position. But I was thinking about it, I was like, this bottom left and upper right are really similar. Both of us get, I got the outside here, he gets the outside here, I get the corner here, he gets the corner here. His corner seems better than my corner, so I'm not sure if it was really, like in the game I'm fine because my bottom right corner is better than this one stone, and I have Sente. So let's assume these two are equal. I have Sente, I have Komi, and I have a extra move on the corner enclosure. That's like 3 3 moves ahead of black right now, if you think that these two are kind of the same. But at the same time, I thought, maybe I had a better local result. Not sure. But yeah, anyway, at this point I was like 3 moves ahead, which is huge. I get my approach. Yeah, this pincer, he doesn't have a good ladder breaker. Like, if this was 1 space further, like a large nice move, maybe, because he has a good ladder breaker, right? He has this peep kind of thing. But now he doesn't have a good ladder breaker, so I was a little confused. I played the normal Joseki, the old style, because he doesn't have a ladder breaker, so he has to defend here, which threatens a cut. Yeah, this is a mistake. I don't know. I guess I played too fast. He should just cut. Whoops, not there. Right, and then I have to defend these somehow. But I guess I can Atari? No, but then he just nuts. I can play like this, but this is really, really bizarre. No, I can't play like this. Can I? Yeah, I can, but it's really bizarre and not going to lead to a good result. Like, sure, I kill this and he can't really net me because there's these Ataris that I can use to break out, but, you know, this is all destroyed. So he should have just cut right away. I actually played this too fast, I think, in the real game. And if I play normal Joseki thing, sure, the ladder works for me, but actually black has a really good move here. I'm not sure if black can make this exchange. I thought maybe black would, but, well, you wouldn't want to do it in Gote. But black could play here, and normally the only way I can break out of this is this move. But in this case, oops, not there. This stone is a perfect ladder breaker. It's the only ladder breaker in this direction. So I kind of made a mistake. What I should do instead is just defend here. Then if he defends here, I can make my extension. He might want, or maybe instead of this, I could play here too. But it's the same idea. I developed the right side. I'm really happy because this is very small. It looks big, but like, let's say these all happen for some reason. Then I have, you know, this monkey jump. So this is like only really 20 points, if that. But my right side, this is solid points, really big. This is weak. This corner is, you know, kind of small. Not too small, but it's kind of small. But I have like, you know, a perfect position, and one more move I have like doubling huge formation. So I should have played that way. It's kind of my mistake. He jumped. I pushed, and he hunted, but he should just extend. The problem with the hunt is that I can hunt it back, and after he cuts, I kicked. So what I thought would happen was black extends, and then I kill these guys, and the corner is huge. This influence is, you know, has a weakness with this stone running out because these are not alive. And I have this move here, which really reduces the impact of this influence. However, he Atari'd, and for some reason I was like, oh, I don't want him to get a Poniki, but I should just, you know, stick with my plan. You know, like this, and then he would take a big point, but if he goes there, I'll just take the top. Well, maybe not immediately. I'd probably play here, he takes the top, then maybe I go for an invasion or a reduction. But this is a really clean and easy game for me, right? This corner is huge. I still have a framework on the right. He could, you know, play on this side, but then this influence isn't really working too well. I'd probably just take this side. He takes the top. You know, maybe I play here, he extends, and then I don't really know. I can probably still slide under and attack it. But if he plays low, I'm like pretty happy just taking the points at the top, because you can't secure this with a low stone, right? The influence doesn't work. So yeah, I should have played this way. This was my plan when I hunted here and kicked. But I thought he would extend, and Atari, for some reason, I was like, oh, I should, you know, don't give him a Poniki. It was too big. But this kind of got me in trouble. This is kind of natural progression, and I take my points because I felt like this group was safe enough, which it was, but I kind of played in a weird way. I should probably just attach, I think, and then play like this to make better shape. This gives me more room, like eye shape. If I attach and Han is under, I can just cut. You know, there's a cut here that's, I think, fine for me because the ladder is not good for him. And if I run out with the stone, there's a ladder here. So like he goes after these and then these die. There's a lot of problems. And he defends, and I take the stone, I'm alive. This would have been also easier to attach, but I didn't think of the attachment. I just wanted to keep it simple because I thought I was ahead here. And I am ahead, I have the whole top. But this got me into trouble, so it was not a good move. Whoops. Black peeps, I can only connect and then plays here. This is kind of severe, but I think black should play here. It's more difficult for me to make shape. I can attach, right, but then even if it's like this, like I run out, but I can't even do that, right? I kind of run out, but assuming that's all fine, then this is an eye here. This isn't really going to die. He gets a lot of points at the bottom. I guess this is kind of big, but he can still come in. So if it's like this, maybe the game is closer. I was ahead from before, but I don't know. This seemed a little overly close. And I was actually not worried about any collateral damage to this side, because if I play here, if he plays here, and you know, he tries to kill, it actually can still be a ko for another move. So I was pretty happy, or pretty not worried about it. So I was really only just trying to secure this group. This is a good exchange. And here he probably thought I was dead. I thought I might be dead. I mean, I can live. It's kind of painful. Right? Here and then here. And then, you know, like for second line type of thing. Or alternatively, this. So if he starts the ko, I'll make a ko. But I have a lot of local threats to capture the stone, so he can't really make the ko. Instead, he defends, and then this shape is so bad, but I Hane. If he plays like this, then I can just easily settle. Like this, and I'm alive. If it's like this, right, there's an eye here. But it was like, I don't really want him to get so solid on the outside, and I don't really want him to like settle so easily, so I start looking for weaknesses in his shape. This move is threatening to capture this stone, so he pulls back, and this is a vital point against these two stones. I think he should just respond here, or sorry, here. This is the most solid response, and like, I can do a little bit, but I don't think I can do that much, right? Like, there's no Aji, or like, there's very little Aji. But instead he connects, and this gives me all I need to make local life and reduce his territory a ton. But I figured I'd make these exchanges before living down here, because if I live down, like, these exchanges don't lose me much, or almost anything, so I figured I should make them first. So yeah, if he blocks, then not there. Atari, and then here, and it's kind of a capturing race, but it's not clear who's going to win it. Like, I don't know how to defend this thing here. It's a little tight. I guess it's 4-4, so he wins by a move. But there's a lot of variations here, so it's a little scary. Also, instead of this move, maybe I just go down. Maybe here. And even though he gets an eye here, he doesn't have a second eye. Oops. So this could be difficult for him too. Also, this is almost independently alive, right? Normally to kill this you go like this. I guess that dies, so maybe just connect. Yeah. I don't know. It's there's a lot of reading involved, but I was pretty sure that I could kill it at the time. So anyway, he descends, and I push down. This lets me keep bullying his group up here and making threats. It also reduces his territory, so if I do come back and live here now on the second line, it's not so bad, because I already reduced his territory a lot. Interesting move. If I block, then he can cut, and my group is... like, this looks like a Tesuji, but he just extends. So he's trying to force me to block, and he's trying to link up. He's making me eye options. If he just Hanes... whoops. Oh my gosh. If he just Hanes... 1 second, sorry guys. Okay, if he just Hanes... like this, then I can just block. He has to defend. And then if I play here, he can't really cut because he's short on liberties. Right? This group dies. So it's a very good, it's like a good move by him to cope with the situation. Oops, I didn't do that though. I played this move. It's another shape point Tesuji, right? Let's say he backs off. Now this move is Sente. Yeah, you can't even do that. Right? And now I can connect, and if he cuts me, then I can capture these guys. So he basically has to play here to prevent me from capturing them and connecting up. And now I get this Hane, and I get this. This is a Sente cut, which means that these two stones are now, I can squeeze them. He doesn't want me to capture them, so he takes that. But I get a squeeze, right? So now, even if like these two stones, like this is a false eye, but because this Atari threatens these two stones, that makes a secure eye here. If I take them, then this becomes a real eye, so it's a good exchange. I connect forced because it's just big in points, and he's forced to take the bottom, and I squeeze these because I want an eye in Sente, and I Hane it. So now I'm just, instead of pushing the whole way on the second line, I can just make a local eye and I'll be okay. I want it to Atari. If he connects, I just go here, and I'm perfectly alive and happy. I didn't have to damage my outside position, I reduced his position, so it was all fine. But since he realizes he's behind now, and he basically at this point is all in on trying to kill my group, he just tries to kill it by making a ko. Oops, not there. Or he Hanes and then prevents the eye, which means I have to start the ko. But actually, I can live if I wanted to, right? Just like this. Pretty easy. But since I have an eye there and I have a lot of local ko threats, I figured I could just win the ko and it'd be easier. So I Atari, he Ataris, I take the ko. And this ko is good for me, right? Because if I win it, I get a lot of points. This is a really terrible ko threat, but whatever. I take it, because like, if you wanted to make a ko threat here, you should play from the other side. That way, now your next move still has follow-ups, right? When he makes this ko threat, like, you can have a follow-up here, but it's not necessarily Sente, and you still lose the stone. I don't know. Like, if I connect, you're not going to Atari from this way, so, and then you have to defend this, and it's like, well, okay, it's a ko threat, but I just developed the side. It's like you invaded the corner against a 4-4 point. Not a big deal. Anyway, so that was that. He didn't play there though. Takes the ko. Whoops, all this stuff happening. This is a threat I had in reserve. And then he plays here, and I figure, okay, whatever. This makes this move a really bad exchange, and I'm happy to take points. And I played this move because I misread. Yeah, I thought that this liberty was filled, so that if he takes the ko, then I can go like this and squeeze, right? But actually he can take, and if I go here, nothing happens. He still has liberty. Luckily for me, I think my opponent also misread because he connected. So I got really lucky. The worst thing is, I could have actually just made a real co-threat. Like, I could just push here, right? That's a co-threat. And then after this, you know, if he does something and I respond and I come back, I can play here as a co-threat. You know, it's like, whoops. It's like, it wasn't even, like, I make this exchange, and he takes back. I can, you know, play here. Like, I had other good co-threats, but I just played one that wasn't a co-threat. But I got lucky. He didn't answer, so I kind of felt lucky, I guess. And so he plays this move. I don't really understand the meaning. He's trying to develop this, but this is huge. I have stones here. This is low. I don't really understand. But I finished the ko because it's not threatening anything, and it's not big. And this is really big in points, right? Because now even if this is like 3 stones, it's pretty big. He plays here to develop. He's basically banking on making enough here, but as it stands, this is like 10 points. This corner is like 15 points. This top side is like 40 points or like more. It's huge. 3 by 15, 45 minus a little bit. It's like really huge. And black, I don't, you know, this left side, his left side got reduced to like 10 points. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 points. So like the game is basically over. I played this move to induce the cut, to test the peep. I want to see how he responds, to see, like, if he goes this way, I can reduce, you know, from this side, maybe even get an attack going. But in the game he went this way, so I still played these. Whoops. And then I went from the other side because, you know, this is the more solid side now. He defends, and this is the last big point. The right side looks big, but if he defends one side, I slide. If he goes the other way, I just come in. It's kind of Miai. On the other hand, this top one is really big. Like if I slid and he goes here, it's like huge compared to, you know, compared to this. Like it's like 10, 20, 15 points difference. He defends anyway though. I push and do this because I want to test how he's going to defend the corner. He doesn't defend it, he plays here, so I just take the Miai point. Oh no, I first reopen the possibility of coming this way. And then he peeps, and I think he does something in center, so he blocks up the center. But since he didn't respond to my move in the upper right, I start aiming at some... I forgot about this, my bad. He plays in the center, so I deal with the center. Make some forcing moves, and reduce it. And then I aim at this disconnect. So now I'm reducing here, but more importantly, I'm aiming at the corner. He defends, I defend. This move is important. If he doesn't play here, he defends the corner, then, well, this gets cut, or I break in. So he defends. And then I go after the corner. He lives. So this is like Sente profit. And then I just take this and solidify my huge area. I don't really remember how much else happens. That was it. He tries something at the top, but he can read that it doesn't work. Yeah. And it's also, yeah, again, I made this game more difficult on myself by not handling my group properly when I was running. And I didn't really, yeah, I got a little lucky because I made this bad co-threat, but in terms of overall strategy and everything, his direction of playing the opening was a little off, and he kind of went all in on this attack, which, yeah, it was like, basically, after I lived, the game was over. But his direction to play, his Joseki choice in the bottom left was questionable because it gave me 2 ladder breakers, and at that point, if you kind of estimate the board, it's like 3 moves ahead for white. The pincer in the upper left doesn't really make sense because he doesn't have a good ladder breaker. The approach in the very beginning is strange just because it's the smaller side. There are a lot of little things that just gave me a big advantage leading into the mid game. But my mistake was not handling my group properly at the start, so it gave him a chance to attack, and then I made a bad co-threat, but I got lucky. And yeah, that was basically the game. I didn't see this earlier, but he says a comment from move 164, H18. Oh my gosh, I don't have corners. H18. Huh? H18. H15? Oh. D18? Oh, he wants to see if he can live with this group somehow, right? Something like this, I guess. Not really possible though. Like this can't make an I, and this can't get more than... You need at least 7 Incente in a row, or 7 and like a Descent in a row, but he can't get, you know, I just reduced it to 6. If it's like this, then this is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Maybe that lives. Okay, so if he plays here, then I just go here. You know, and these are all throw-ins, so there's no way I can make enough space. This, no big deal. Oh, maybe I should, after he takes, connect. But like, these are independently alive. Yeah. I didn't see his comment in the game. But, yeah, so it's like, I made some really big mid-game errors, but my lead in the beginning was solid enough. Yeah, so wrong approach, strange Joseki choice, and definitely cut on the other side, I think, is better. I got a good ladder breaker. This is handled really well by black, but just globally, he's already pretty far behind. Get a good approach. Strange pincer choice, considering there's no good ladder breakers. I think he should just Tenuki, honestly, and I don't know what... Actually, I really don't know what to play as black. Like, I guess this is fine, right? Like this, because you already have a wall here and then you extend. But, like, white is super happy to just, you know, play like this, where he can take control of the board and just take all the big points. Simplify it. But this is maybe not good. Maybe black should try to complicate the game with this move. This is a pseudo Joseki that's really complicated, and I don't really know it very well. Yeah, but maybe it's better than the game because this is too easy. Also, I got lucky here. I should just defend the cut. Even if black defends, this is undercut, so it can be attacked, and you know, I can get first to a big point. Maybe in this case I would play on the bottom side first because he has influence here that I'm trying to reduce, and if he comes in this way, then I can still, you know, extend. Can't do that. Something like that. And then, you know, these can live together. But my area is super huge. Yeah, I don't know. The game was really easy for me from the beginning, but I made some pretty big errors. Like this could have been really bad. So I pincered instead. I guess my feeling was maybe I can do this, but this is not working. I do remember thinking about that at some point. Yeah, this is not good. I thought he would just back off and then I would probably have to defend. But now these are not easily connectable, right? Or even just the empty triangle is good. Jumping is fine, but you know, still split, still weak, still under attack. I guess that was my idea. I had a chance here to make the game easy. Right, this is like super easy. Yeah, but I responded, made the game hard on myself. I had a really good chance here to also simplify the position and, you know, give myself more eye shape, but I played too simply, trying to simplify it, and made it harder on myself. But then I was able to find some Testrages to live. He played some slack moves, and I lived in a very profitable way, so the game, he was forced to play Ko to try to catch up in points, but he can't really win the Ko because he has too many weaknesses, although I made a bad Ko threat, so he had a chance to win the Ko. But yeah, I wouldn't really upset if I lost because of that, but I'm sure he's really upset because he missed it, so it happens. And then this is all just really simple endgame, just like exchanges of territory, some small Tesuji stuff, but yeah, pretty simple game. Oh, and yeah, it ends here. He wanted to see if he could live at the top. I probably wouldn't even do that though. I'd probably just connect, because like, are you going to connect here? I'll just add a move. I don't really care about 1 point. And if you pull back, like, this isn't alive. The corner is alive too, almost, so it's not like, oh, that's alive. I'm lying. That's not, what? Oh, here? No. Okay, wait, I need to read this. Oh, block from this side. Then there's nowhere to live, I think. Nope, that's also alive. Is it? Okay, block here. Hane. Take the stone. Now there's nowhere to live unless you kill a corner. Oh boy, was this really that bad? Okay, taking the stone. And if you go here, I connect, and here looks almost alive, but I have a Tesuji here. Actually, I should play this one first, and then here. And this is alive too. Maybe he could have lived. Maybe I misread it. I got lucky. I mean, even if he lives, I'm still really far ahead in points, because I could take half at the top. But yeah, little dangerous. Maybe this exchange is better. Yeah, because now this isn't alive. Now I have forcing moves everywhere. Although, I can't get on both sides of him. This is a little frustrating. A little annoying. Whoops. Huh. This is fine, I guess, because he can't win the capturing race. But it's a little bit annoying that he had this good potential, that much potential. But yeah, I can answer like this and like this way. I think it's still okay. Yeah. Okay, yeah, so I can't live. But, some reading to do. Anyway, yeah, so all my games today were that I'm going over today were fairly simple. The first one was really simple. Second one was a little bit more complicated. And the third one had, a lot of it was heavy in reading, but, the ideas were fairly simple, I think. Okay. So I'm going to be done streaming, and I hope the videos were interesting. All of them will be up on YouTube, and thanks for watching. I'm going to go get dinner, or cake. I have like a whole bunch of snacks and terrible things to eat in the house, like cake and cookies. But I don't have any food, so I'm going to go get food. But yeah, thanks for watching. Please tune in again. I don't have a regular streaming schedule, but I am planning to upload way more videos on YouTube. So please check it out. If you Google Tyler Oyakawa, my last name Oyakawa, and YouTube, it'll be the first thing that pops up. I can also link the stream, but I'm pretty sure I know everyone in the stream, so, or I've seen everyone here before, so I think they know my YouTube. But yeah, thank you for tuning in, and see you all next time.